Yo, how's it going everybody? Chadley here. Welcome back to another New World video. In today's video, we're going to be talking about a crazy interaction with a perk and also some skills within our fire staff that is going to equate to basically instant ability cooldowns. I'm talking pillar of fire, non-stop, also fireball, maybe like once every 1 to 2 seconds. It is non-stop ability spam, and it's very, very easy to do. So in this video, we're going to show exactly how to do that and why it's doing that. Otherwise, before we jump in, if you guys want to catch more New World content, make sure you are subscribed to the channel. Also, if you want to see anything live or ask me any sort of questions, make sure you come by the Twitch stream. Now, let's go ahead and jump into why. Basically, it is because of spaghetti. So really quick, if we look at our fire staff skill tree here, we have the ability heavy attacks reduce fire staff cooldowns by 10% on hit. This is something that you guys should have anyways if you are running fire staff. And this is going to be the main thing that causes this to work. And then it's also going to be paired with the ability singe. So when you get a critical hit with the fire staff, cause burning, dealing 3% weapon damage each second for 6 seconds. Now, singe is behaving very weird, and what it is basically doing is when you get a heavy attack crit, the burn from that attack is counting as a heavy attack for fiery restoration. So each burn tick actually reduces your cooldowns by 10%. So really quick, let's go ahead and take a look at some light attacks and get one to crit. So we get the burn right there. As we can see, it's ticking. And if we use fireball, there is no special cooldown going. It is just going down by 1 per second as it should. But now let's go ahead and do some heavy attacks until we can get a crit. Right there, we get it. And if we use our fireball, as you can see, every time that burn ticks, our cooldown actually goes down by an extra second. So we already have fireball back by the time that burn runs out, and you can actually stack this as well. So I'm just gonna go ahead and hit this guy with some heavy attacks until we can get 2 crits pretty close together. This is just gonna be all RNG. So there's one right there. Hopefully we can get a second one to go here in a moment. So right there, we get 2, and as we can see, every time they both tick, we actually get now 2 seconds off of our cooldown. It was very quick right there because they weren't super close together. But this pairs very well with Pillar of Fire and then the perk that I'm going to be talking about right here. That perk being Refreshing Pillar of Fire. I happen to have it on my fire staff. You can get it on your armor as well. And what this is going to do is reduce this ability's cooldown by 12% per enemy hit with Pillar of Fire. 3 hits max. Now, you actually don't even need 3 enemies with this. All you need to do is make Pillar of Fire hit multiple times, which is just down to like enemy movements and stuff. So it's not super in your control, but if you guys know Pillar of Fire, you know it's going to hit multiple times fairly often. And another cool thing with Pillar is, for whatever reason, it counts as a heavy attack for the interaction that we just went through on this test dummy. So whenever Pillar of Fire crits, it's actually going to cause that burn, which will then reduce your cooldowns, and you guys can just chain Pillar of Fire over and over as long as you get some burns going. So we're going to try that right here. So right there, we got the crit, and we already are getting the Pillar of Fire back. And if we keep doing that over and over and getting crits and maybe throwing some heavy attacks in there to get extra burns, all of that going, you can get near instant cooldowns. And the more enemies there are and the more burns you apply, the quicker it goes. So if you do all the combos together, you can get near instant cooldowns. Right there was probably our best look at the cooldowns of it. Our Pillar of Fire went off, and about a half a second later, it went all the way down to 0, and it's ready to go again. And if you get 2 enemies, it is damn near instant. Now, with the 3 abilities that I have, Pillar of Fire is the only one that is working for the heavy attacks, reducing the cooldowns with the singe burns. I have done it with the fireball crits, and that does not work. And I've also done it with burnout crits, and that does not work either. I haven't tested flamethrower, incinerate, or meteor shower because I really don't want to spend 400 Azoth to test it and then go back to my tree here. So if you guys are using those abilities, there's a little bit of homework for you. See if it actually reduces your cooldowns with these 2 abilities right here. So with this knowledge, this is actually really going to influence how I end up building my endgame fire staff build. And just a little sneak peek of what I'm going to be doing. I'm going to be focusing purely on crit chance. My fire staff is going to have crit chance. My ring is going to have crit chance. That's the only jewelry that I know of that can get crit chance on it. And that in turn will allow us to crit way more often and apply more burns, and in turn get more cooldowns and just spamming abilities literally nonstop. Now, this interaction and combo is going to be insane for bosses because you guys are going to be getting crits fairly often, especially as long as you're spamming Pillar. Those double hits will really add up in terms of your crit chances and be applying more and more burns. and then it's just a never-ending cycle of fireballs and pillars of fire. And I honestly haven't even had mana issues. As long as you guys are doing your dodges in the midst of spamming your abilities, you're going to maintain next to full mana. If you guys do end up having any issues or anything like that, you can try to fit a point into Arson's advantage here, so you get 10% mana per hit of Pillar of Fire, which is pretty nutty, and that will for sure guarantee that you maintain full. But even without it, I have been having zero issues with my mana. But yeah, the interaction between Fiery Restoration and how it works with Singe and heavy attacks with there, and then combine that with Refreshing Pillar of Fire, the abilities are absolutely ridiculous. But yeah, hopefully you guys found this weird spaghetti interaction useful. Give it a go in your game, and overall, as a fire staff, you're going to be putting out the highest damage very consistently. But if you did learn something in this video and it did help you out, make sure to leave a thumbs up on the video to let me know. Helps me out. Also consider subscribing for more New World content. But otherwise, I hope you all have a fantastic day, and I'll catch you all in the next video. See ya.